Hello, I'm Brandon Nix, Regional Manager, Phoenix Region. Thank you for joining us for our end of month broadcast and our September sales month kickoff. A little bit later in this video, you will hear from Klung Am, Sales and Performance Manager for the Phoenix region, giving you guys some great updates on some things that are going on region wide. First thing we're going to do today is we're going to take you guys through their national sales highlights. Then we'll get into local Phoenix region highlights. We'll talk about dealer performance. We'll get into some key program updates for next month, and then we'll have a couple other things that we'll finalize here and get you guys moving. So we did 183,000 units last month. So that's a 14% year-over-year increase. So great job across the nation. For Blue Advantage, you can see is at a 13% year-over-year increase, and it was 112% of objective. Continues to be really, really strong for us. So you can see the numbers there on the screen. I want to kind of throw out a couple of highlights for you. One thing that we held on to, that we love to hold on to, is our leadership on truck. F-Series continues to be the number one brand. Trucks were up 14%. F-150 was up 12%. Super Duty is up 16%. Some of those Super Duty actions that we put in at the end of the month really seem to have taken hold. So that's great news. The Bronco family eclipsed 23,000 sales last month. We're going to continue to focus on that. That's a big growth vehicle and a targeted action vehicle for us. We had a little bit of regression here, but we're going to keep pushing forward with some great programs. And then Explorer, those deliveries are coming in on 25s. It's a spectacular vehicle. People are really loving it, and they're turning in just 8 days on average. So that is just awesome news. We're going to maintain our number 2 EV ranking, which is our expected place behind Tesla through this month. And August was our best month ever with over 9,000 sales, and 5,000 of those were Mach-E's. Second best month for Lightning as well. So really, really cool stuff. We had an interesting milestone that I'd like to announce here. We had 2 dealers sell over 100 EVs last month across the nation. And our very own Santan Ford was the number 1 volume dealer, selling 137 EVs. So congratulations to Tim, John, and Ryan and the whole team over at Santan on a great job. Galpin, they did 102, but that's we don't care about that, okay? Transit continues to be America's best-selling van. And so we're having good news on the commercial front there. Jumping into the Phoenix region highlights locally now, we did 3,961 sales in August. That was 94% of our objective and our target. We had a pretty stout objective last month, 22% growth target that we were going after. So we did fall short of that, but we damn sure gave it a shot in the sales event. The close out the year, the sell-a-thon, close of the month, was really strong and well received. That was good enough for us to finish 15th in the nation. But the key takeaway is we did have growth, almost 115% year-over-year growth. All right. And we did it on the back of utility up 114% and then truck up 111%. And we also had some really, really good returns on our Mustang sales last month as well. Diving into some of the utility breakout, you can see Explorer sales were 125% of objective. 206% year over year, and that was with diminishing inventory levels. So we did a good job there. Escape sales were 107% of objective and up 126% year over year. Small SUV continues to be a really, really targeted segment for us. To gain growth, we have to get a foothold in there, and I love what you guys are doing with Escape, getting it out there, getting it in front of customers, and taking advantage of a really cool, unique offer that we have in that premium care. Edge sales were down. We're running out of edges, guys. We're on the edge of summer and the edge of edges. So we only have about 190 edges left on ground. We do need to make sure we're looking at moving some of those through. Bronco Sport, though, however, was up 121% year over year. Just barely missed our objective. We had a pretty stout objective, but man, we sold 407 of them. And Bronco Sport has an even better message in market this month, so we're going to do well with that. Expedition, 109%. And we'll continue to be aggressive with adding more incentives on Expedition as we get ready for that new one that you guys all saw in Las Vegas. From a truck standpoint, 111% year over year, as I mentioned, 92% of our objective. That comes from F-150 being at 91.7%. But we basically sold, I think we sold 2 units more than what we sold last year. So we did get growth on F-150. Obviously, hybrid helped on that, and the Lightnings are helping on that. Super Duty sales, 589 for the month, and that's 103% of objective, 114% year over year. So truck continues to roll through. So overall, you can see the month there. We finished 15th, but we did have some growth, and I love what we did. Let's talk about some of the individual contributions made by the dealers. Here's our top 10 sales volume dealers On the left, you can see left top hand side. Santan, congratulations, 343 units. That is just amazing. Like I said, 137 of those were EVs, all-time record. So Wilt Chamberlain, I don't know if anybody will break that. I would say Kareem, but LeBron broke it. So maybe I say LeBron, but fantastic job over there. Ford Country coming in at 192, and I believe Ford Country sold over 30 EVs as well. So great job leveraging both powertrains there, all three powertrain options there to the Kim and Wesley and the team up there. Chapman Ford, great job. Our number one from last month, returning champion, came back strong at 182. Peoria, Pat Hickey and the crew, good job at 181, just missed it. Sanderson at 179, Godden at 156. Friendly Ford and Bill Bosnos and the whole team at 156 up there in Las Vegas. And right behind them on their heels was John and Frankie and the team at 154. Rich Ford, Ryan, I see you at 152. You and D Wade, good job, guys. And then Team Ford rounds out the top 10. So thank you to Bryant and Chris Goschel and the whole Team Ford team and Steve Oligas for what you guys are doing for us up there in Las Vegas. When we drop over to the right-hand side, we're going to look at our top 10 from a 286 perspective. I'll just call out the top 5 here. Santan, Permian, Roswell, Vision, and Anderson. Great job, guys. With that, we can see we had a couple other guys that did a really good job, too. Good job, Herb. I see you at number 7, buddy. The top 10 as a percent of prior year. Talk about the growth factor. Vision Ford coming in strong, 317. So good job, Mike and the team. Smith Ford, look at that, 205. Eric, really, really well done. You and Udon down there. And then Courtesy Ford, Dale, you continue to grow. I love the shine there, 229% of prior year. Phil Long at 186, Parker at 183, Capital 179. And our newcomer, Ed Morris, the newest Ford dealer in the group, at 175 over the old Lawley's Ford. Winslow at 173, Zimes 169, and Malloy, Pat and the team rounding out at 165. SVA standpoint, Rush was number 1, Jones Wickenburg at 50%, number 2, Rodeo number 3. Good job, David, turning your inventory. And then our friends at Alexander at 43 and Parker at 41. Just rounding out the top 10, you can see some of the other players there. We'll get a little bit more into our SVA here in a minute. But first, I wanted to give you guys kind of the greater look, sales and inventory recap. I know I do this at the FDF level, but I generally don't get the chance to share it at a regional level besides this call. So I wanted to kind of take a minute to walk through a few things. Up top, we have our inventory. Up top, we have our sales. And at the bottom, we have our inventory. And so at the top, you can see the 3961 sales that I mentioned before. That's good enough for a 15% year-over-year growth. You can see the nation was at a 17% and the West Market tracked at 18%. So there was growth everywhere. Year to date on the right-hand side, you can see we're up 2%, matching the nation, but we're still ahead of the West Market area. For us locally, you can see where the wins and losses are based upon the dark green all the way through the red. And so for us, the Edge, we talked about being down there, but let's talk about some of the wins here. Escape up 26%, Bronco Sport up, Explorer up 106%. All these are SUVs that we're targeting and we're really fighting to get share in that marketplace. Mach-E, you can see up 62%. And then you see for us, kind of the Achilles heels, if you want to say that for us, continues to be on our F-150 gas. I know we have some availability that's kind of light. We'll talk about that in a second. But we're down 13%, from prior year, when the nation was only off about 4%. Bronco continues to be a struggle. We're down 14%, and the nation was off 3%. When we drop down the inventory, let's take a look at that a little bit closer. We're at a 55-day supply now, guys. We continue to kind of walk that down from our high from a few months ago. The nation's still at 61. Some of the places where we've made some huge strides as far as selling down our product. Obviously, Mach-E at a 55-day supply. You can see Bronco's at a 50-day supply now. And then F-150, let's just focus on that for a second. 52-day supply on a total overall, and then gas at 53. The nation's at a 58 on gas, and then hybrid we're at 61. So we still have some opportunity there. Not a ton of volume, but we do have 263 of those on the ground. And then our EVs, we're at 34-day supply. We're really, really getting light there. You guys got to make sure that you're taking advantage and leveraging the RRC model. We're not going to wholesale you on Lightning, so make sure that you are utilizing that and grabbing those vehicles, getting the flashes and some of those cool 2024 model year vehicles that you can grab off of the lot there. When you look over at the right-hand side, you can see our gross avail is at 21,169. Stock, we have just under 8,000 on the ground, so that's not bad. And we have a good flow coming through of 2,800 units. In system, another 10,000 behind that. From a sell down standpoint, we're only at 4% of our mix is 23 model year. The bulk of that seems to be sitting in Lightning right now because that's what's on the ground because we haven't grabbed the other ones. Only 7% remaining on Mach-E, and I think that's a little high to be honest with you. But for the most part, everything is gone. So make sure you're really looking to clear those 23s. If you have any stragglers left on the ground, take care of those and get those out. But overall, as you can see, our inventory continues to move pretty quick, and we're selling down at a pretty good rate. When you go to the next slide, this is the SVA I talked about. Won't go through each vehicle line. Just point out a few key things. One, overall, we are moving faster than the nation, 34% versus the nation at 32%. Love to see that. Jumping in to our conversation, like I said, mentioned earlier about SVA, just kind of wanted to touch a couple of key things here on this page. I always say let's focus on the vehicles that we want to try to get our unfair share of, right? So in this case, we always talk about Maverick and Ranger now that they're on a turn and earn. So Maverick, we're at 52%, great job, right? The nation's at 48. Ranger, we're at 40, and the nation's at 36. So we're doing a good job, up 4 points there. And then also on Bronco, we're actually up 7 points. So we're starting to turn through those, kind of working through some of the wonkiness that we have on the ground, some of the weird commodities. But stay with that, stay focused on it. Bronco Sport, you can see we're down 3 points. We're gonna put some good programs in market to hopefully turn it around. And then on the new Explorer, get them in, get them out. Let's try to earn as many as we can so we can get off to a good start and really attack that large SUV segment that we have leadership on in some parts of the region, and we want to get in the full region. Okay, total we're at 34%. The nation's at 32%. So great job, Phoenix Region dealers, turning your vehicles and earning as many as we can. Next, I'll jump into the contest and incentives for the month. This page is going to be really busy. There's a lot of things. So I'm going to kind of try to talk through a few key points, and then you can pause and go back and review this on your own. One, we continue to be aggressive with our Bronco offering when it comes to that Jeep Conquest program. That $2,000 remains in market. It is stackable with most things. You can see on 24 Bronco, we have 5.9 for 60 plus 500 RBC, and the Jeep Conquest will go with that. On Escape, we are back with that 5-year 60 premium care, 0 deductible, guys. Make sure you're talking about that with your customers and your teams. I've been hearing from some of you guys. Thank you for the feedback you've been sharing around that. Some really good information about how you're upgrading it, about how you're leveraging it and using that, and using some of the assets. So let's stand apart. You know, we have a lot of Kia and Hyundai buyers out there, and Honda, they're leveraging those type of things. Let's make sure we do the same. Bronco Sport, we're up to $1,250 in Flex by Cash. That does stack with the $750 retail bonus. So we have up to $2,000 on a retail deal on Bronco Sport. But also remember, we still have our $349 with $3,400 due on a Big Bend lease, 36 month. That's out there and remains in place. Explorer, we have the 0.9 for 36 plus 1,000 low APR cash, what's on there now. And then F-150, $3,000 in cash plus a rate, so 1.9 for 36. And that includes RBC and RTA and low APR cash. So we got a lot of stuff there. And then on top of that, we also have that lease on STX at $399 with $5,000 due. So please make sure you're pushing both of those lease options. Mach-E, we're back with great programs in Model E. We carry over all the programs that we had on 24 model year. We have a 0 for 72 plus 750 that still remains in marketplace. And then Lightning has a ton of things happening there. 0 for 72 on those 23 remaining 23s we talked about a minute ago, as well as low APR cash and a plethora of planned cash that's out there. We had a lot of planned deals that we were able to leverage last month. I think we did 90 D-plan deals last month on EVs. So make sure if you didn't get one on the books or you felt like you should have had more, please make sure that you are leveraging that program because there's some really, really strong deals when it comes to EVs and D-plan. Okay. One other big CNI kind of announcement that I want to make sure you guys are aware of is Bronco, our Built for Growth Bronco September program. Bronco's been in our plans for the last 3 months. It's not a coincidence. It's back again. Pushing that. We're going to grow that. We're going to grow that vehicle. Jeep is in trouble. We're going to go after them. Okay. You can see Built for Growth is a flat this month. We have the program number there listed if you need to look at what's going on there, but it is going to be eligible for 23 and 24 model year Bronco vehicles. We're adding $1,000 flat pay. It is AXZ plan, customer cash eligible as well. G sales are ineligible, but FCTP end users do pay. Okay, so make sure you're talking about that with your team. That is live and in market right now as you hear my voice. All right. In addition to that, we also have a September Fast Cash certificate program. All right. So we did a snapshot yesterday. Hey, we snuck in the system, we went looking and creeping, clung some people in law enforcement helped us get in. We got in, we broke in, we looked at your documents, and we found out, hey, you got this many aged vehicles. And we took a snapshot. So we've done these in the past, guys. You're familiar with these programs. We did a snapshot of anything that was aged over 75 days is what we considered aged. And that was a close of business on the 3rd. So for each 2 units, you earn $250 cash certificate. Those are stackable. You can stack up to 4 at a time on a retail and up to 2 on a lease, same as they've been in the past. If you go to the CNI site on FMC Dealer, you can see how many certificates you have for use. They can be used on 23 or 24 model year F-150 gas or hybrid. That does exclude Raptor, but it does include Tremor. They can be used on 23 or 24 Bronco, including Raptor. So please take a look at that. And the claiming includes out-of-service SOS CTP and AXZ plan vehicles. We issued almost 500 yesterday. So please go in and look and see what you guys have in the system and use that to move some of those aged Broncos and F-150s or any of those vehicles that you feel like you need some help and want to be a little bit more aggressive on. If you have any questions, reach out to myself or your sales zone manager. Final pay announcements here. As we get into the month of September here, you can see that we are on an inventory watch for a few things: Lightning, Mach-E, and F-150. If we get to those amounts, we will final pay those in November. This month, you can see Super Duty is on docket for final pay at the 1,500 unit mark. So effective November 1st in the bumper, you can see that we have some payouts for F-150, Mach-E, and Lightning. So those are the payouts if we get to those things. So we are on watch for those final pays. After that, we're looking at full-size Bronco and Transit to close out the year. All right. Here's a couple tactics for Ford Blue Advantage for September. I want to bring to your attention. Last month, we had earning certificates that we can use. We're in our redemption period now. That goes through the end of September on the 30th. You can apply those vehicles on pretty much almost everything. You see the eligible vehicles down below, excluding Bronco Raptor, Ranger Raptor, Maverick, F-150 Raptor, et cetera, et cetera. But the key point is you can stack up to 4 of these towards the purchase of any new vehicle besides the ones I mentioned, or you can do it with a lease up to 500. So think those Bronco Sport leases. Think those F-150 STXs lease as well. There is a Z plan, AX and Z plan are eligible, and D plan types are not eligible. So make sure you kind of make that distinction and talk about that with your team. One other thing to talk about from Blue Advantage is dealer spend enhancements are back, more payout options. So I'll put the program numbers there for your reference. Go ahead and take a look. Essentially, here's the program overview. Earn one dealer employee spend for each reported sale during the program period. And the program period runs to the end of the month. You can get a spend of $20 up to $100. So go in there and take a look at those programs for more details. There's some other alternatives that are out there if you don't want the spends coming directly to your sales people, okay? You can redeem all these certificates now, like I said earlier, through the end of the month. Let's go. More money, more options, more fun. Let's find a way to hit that number, okay? A little bit of housekeeping here, just to let you guys know. Sometimes we like to announce that we're going to close old programs. Remember when we all used before Webdo, we had to use the green screen, and we said it was going away, and then it lasted for 2 years. I don't know if that's going to happen here. We've been talking about taking visibility out. So RIP to video visibility. We're going to sunset it on the 20th of September. I don't know. The 21st, you might be able to go in there and still use it, but we're saying we're going to sunset it. So the key takeaway here is make sure that you guys have access to VinView. VinView is a really cool tool in FMC Dealer. There's the pathways there through the Order One Resource Center. You can see how to get to it. If you haven't tried it yet, you'll love it. It's a lot more detailed than the old visibility, but I know sometimes it's hard to break up, even when it's a bad relationship, guys. You gotta let visibility go. They ain't good for you. They don't treat you right. They don't like your parents, okay? VinView is gonna be better for you. So let's move over to VinView and get that going. Reporting and functionality enhancements are down below. You can see some of the cool stuff that you can do with VinView. There is a full EFC available, EFC 152392 is on FMC Dealer with all the additional information if you need it. Take a look at it. Hey guys, we have a great ad. GTB Studio has a pilot for our U300 dealers, and it is a really, really cool ad. If you haven't enrolled yet, you got to do it through DPAS. You can still do it. It's still open, so please go in and do that. This is your ability to go in and create video content using tier 2 level creative to make kind of on the fly ad hoc ad campaigns. So please take a look at that if you haven't done so yet. If you need help, on the screen you can see there are some office hours that you can go and get additional information on how to leverage, or contact your sales and performance zone manager, and Jonathan was happy to get you going the right direction, or contact Klung or myself. Okay, all right. September key tactics and takeaways as we wrap this up. September, we're going to deliver our objective of 11% growth target. We want to maintain our summer sales event momentum and leverage our low APR cash that's in the marketplace. F-150, Explorer, Expedition, Mach-E, and Escape all received those monies that are out there now. Make sure you're marketing and merchandising our 24 model year Escape. That zero deductible 5-year premium care is hyper important that we talk about with our customers, especially when you put the other programs out there with it. We're talking about 24 to 25% of our industry being in that small SUV segment. Let's go get our unfair share. We want to accelerate our Bronco sales pace. Right now, we need to execute on that BFG program, that flat. It's live. You're hitting money every day. Let's go mining. Let's go panning for gold. Let's go get it. In addition to that, you have the fast cash certificate program out there as well to help encourage Bronco sales or F-150 sales. Let's attack those with all the aggressive energy we have from day one to make sure we can really capitalize on a vehicle that's just dying to get out in the streets, and with Bronco. Your aggressive Model E enhancements are still out there. We have unbelievable X plan and A plan and D plan and all the plans. We got a plan, a master plan. We got a lot of plan programs. Please make sure that you're getting your people engaged in that. Like I said, we did 90 last month as a region. I think we can do half of that again. And then make sure that you are offering up that XTX F-150 and Bronco Big Bend lease specials. They are highly competitive when you put them up against what our competition has in marketplace for lease. And this is one of those things where you have to offer it to folks so they understand what's out there. I think if we do that, we have a really, really strong chance of achieving our growth objective for September. Make sure you're understanding and looking at your 286 and tracking that daily, and looking at the growth target of 11% growth and 29% in truck. So we got a lot of new Ranger out there. We can sell a whole heck of a lot of those. We got a lot more Mavericks, rolling in. Take advantage and sell all of those. We're going to have an amazing, amazing close to September. I can feel it again, but let's have a great start as well. All right. Thank you for all you do. I'll talk to you on the next broadcast. Bye.
Hello, Phoenix Region. This is Klung Am, your Regional Sales Performance and Market Rep Manager. I'm going to go over some EV topics really quick. First of all, it's going to be the RRC, the Rapid Replenishment Stocking Portal. There's been an update on it. So based on your feedback, there's been a configuration display that has been simplified. We have some optional packages, and optional features are in their own column now, and you can identify the option that is included, MSRP. So what we did was, before the MSRP did not include the options on there. Now this new dashboard, it does include the options. So the pricing that is on there now will reflect what the options that we have on there. Also, to find specific options, you can use your browser find function by doing the Control F and typing the keyword to look for the options that is in that specific vehicle that you're looking at. Also, next thing is I want to take a look at some of the C&I for Model E in Q3. So as you can see on the screen here, September 4th through September 30th, you'll see that the EV RCL cash for 24 model year Mustang is going to be $9,600. That is phenomenal. So on top of that, for the 23 and 24 model year, you also have the Tesla Conquest, $1,500 Tesla Conquest. And then there's AXZ plan, $2,000 open cash, and a $3,500 open D plan cash. On top of that, you have a 24 model year $1,500 retail AXZ plan cash, and the 24 model year $1,500 retail D plan cash. Next is the Lightning. So this is for 23 model year. We only have a handful out there. I believe there's about 3 dozens out there right now. So the RCL Cash, you have the 311A standard battery is $4,900. The retail bonus cash is $1,750, all the way down until you hit platinum. So platinum for retail bonus cash is $9,250. For RCL Cash, again, as I stated earlier, 311A is $4,900, and then it jumps up to $5,900 for the 312A standard and extended battery, $8,650 for the 510A, and then $7,900 for the 511A extended battery cash. For the platinum, it's a whopping $13,150. Now, taking a look at other incentives, for the 23 and 24 model year, it's $1,000 low APR cash. For 23 and 24 model year, also we do have the Tesla Conquest also on the Lightning. There is a $6,750 open AXC plan cash for 23 model year, and an $8,250 open D plan cash, and $2,500 OBC for XLT 312A extended and Lariat 511A extended. Next is a 24 model year. So 24 model year, all vehicle lines, all trims, the Pro all the way to Platinum, you get $1,000 retail bonus cash and $4,400 RCL cash. You also, again, there's going to be the $1,500 Tesla Open Conquest, $2,000 24 model year Open AXZ plan cash, and $3,500 Open D plan cash. Also, the $3,500 retail AXZ plan cash and $3,500 retail D plan cash. Now let's take a look at the home and public charging updates. New, we got the Tesla fast charging adapter reservation deadline that has been extended through September 30th. So now make sure you go in there and request your complimentary fast charging adapter, the NACS. To reserve an adapter, go to the website and you get one complimentary fast charging adapter per VIN. Refer to the EFC for full details. Also, new this time around, the QMerit Installer Referral Program. If you know an installer that can do installations for your home, make sure that they get referred to the QMerit Installer Program, so that way they can be a qualified installer for QMerit and for us. Now, there is a new JD Power and Motor Trend Pop Kit. If you've already opted in the program, this is no cost to you. So this is just additional kits that comes with the program. You have the 12x12 cling, the 8x14 hang tag, and the retractable banner. I want to touch a little bit on Blue Cruise. So as you know, all of the EVs have Blue Cruise on it, and so some of the ICE vehicles. So just make sure every vehicle that has Blue Cruise, we take our customers on that drive and showcase the Blue Cruise system. This is a great system that surpasses any system that is out there right now. I want to touch base on modem activation really quick. We've been doing a really good job making sure our customers are activating the modem on their vehicle at the time of purchase. So what is modem activation? So modem activation allows a customer to use the Ford Pass, so that way they can lock, unlock, start the vehicle, locate the vehicle, and take a look at the vehicle health information. It also comes with a 4G LTE Wi-Fi hotspot. It does require monthly service through AT&T. However, during the first couple months, it is complimented. On 2024 F-150s now, the modem activation coincides with the auto theft alert. So it allows you to track the vehicle if your vehicle's been stolen, and it automatically, we will contact the police department and track the vehicle before any extensive damage is done to your vehicle. And finally, the Power Promise. As you saw in Las Vegas during the dealer meeting, we will provide the installation and the charger for customers who buy any EV in October. And also for our ZEV states, especially in New Mexico, that is in our region, your target is 35% of your sales by 26 model year will have to be EV vehicles. And one last reminder, next week we're going to go back to our Return to Dealer Council meetings. So for Phoenix, it's going to be September 11th, 2024. It's going to be at Sun Devil Stadium from 1 to 5. Lunch is from 1 to 2. And then next day on September 12th, it's going to be Las Vegas. It's going to be at the Shelby Heritage Center from 10 to 2 p.m. Lunch is going to be from 1 to 2. And then Albuquerque on September 13th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and lunch will be from 12 to 1. So make sure, please register. We will send you the link. I will send you the link, and make sure that you register 2 people max per store due to the space limitations that we have. We would like to get everyone to register by September 9th, so that way we can get a complete head count for each of the locations.